Well, hi, this is Pete, and today I have on the line Kerry, who is from the Systems Coach Company, and Kerry's down in Spain. Very nice too. We're sitting here in what's supposed to be London summer. It's not particularly particularly good out there. Kerry's down in Spain, and she's going to tell us today a little bit about the value of systemizing your business and give us a few tips as to how we can systemize our businesses. So without further ado, Kerry, are you there?
Hi Pete, how are you?
Hi, good. I'll say we're a little bit jealous, I think, with you being down in the Spanish sunshine in rainy London here. But I'd like to kick off really with the obvious question: why systemize your business? What's the benefit to me as a business owner of doing that?
Well, there are three main reasons to have systems in your business. The three reasons are service, cost, and growth. Service, because your customers like consistency. They like to know what they're getting, when they're getting it, how they're getting it, and they like to make sure that they're getting the same deal, the same service every single time. Cost, because systems help you to plug the gaps. They help you to stop leaving money on the table. They help you to streamline and make sure that all the actions you take within your business are focused on your end result. They're focused on getting you maximum profit. And growth, because systems enable your business to grow because they enable you to test and measure. They enable you to sell your business if you wanted to as well.
Okay, so it's very important, isn't it, that we have everything well organized, because otherwise we won't be able to sell it, because we won't understand what we're selling to the end buyer. Is that the logic behind this?
Exactly. If a buyer comes along to your business, they want to know the who, why, what, where, when, how. And if you've got documented systems and processes within your business, it just makes it a lot easier for them to see exactly what they're getting and what they can expect to achieve from the purchase of your business.
Right. So it makes it a lot safer for a purchaser to buy, because they're buying a machine, effectively, a well-documented machine, as opposed to a collection of people. Right. Now, I must admit, I'm a
well-oiled machine.
I'm a real fan of this stuff, and we are very systemized. And I find that particularly when you recruit people, it's great, because you can say, this is your job, this is what you do, here's the manual, and you find that it makes transitioning staff in and out a lot easier, because a bit like McDonald's, isn't it? There's like a way of doing it which is documented, everybody understands it.
That's right. McDonald's has, I would say, probably the ultimate system, because wherever you go, in whichever part of the world you go, you know exactly what you're getting from McDonald's, and they do it the same way. It's systems can help your business become predictable, profitable, and presentable. And definitely, with regards, you mentioned about team working. Without doubt, one of the great benefits is that they help you to delegate more effectively. They help you enjoy better teamwork and bring on new staff much faster.
So I think there's a lot of good stuff for being, or good results of being systemized. But my guess is some people are just a little bit, I don't know, frightened, maybe is the wrong word, but it sounds like quite hard and a lot of work to do. So could you maybe just give us a few tips as, you know, if we're starting with a business which has grown organically, and let's be honest, most things that grow organically get a little bit messy and out of hand. Can you give us a way of trimming that down and give us some tips as to how to start systemizing?
Absolutely. And I think this is it. There are quite a few people out there that are, the thought of systemizing their business seems like a big, massive process, and it needn't be. I would say the tip is certainly to keep it simple. Start from the top down. Okay, many people will start thinking of systemizing, and they'll start with the tiny little tasks that they do to start with. But actually, if you start from the top down, you look at your business as a whole, as a big picture, and then you chunk it down into sections. Now, the way that I do it is I chunk it down into 5 core areas of business. So you have organizing, marketing, selling, delivering, and accounting. And everything you do within your business comes under one of those 5 core areas. From there, you can then look at the individual systems that then go up to make each one of those core areas. And then once you have your individual systems, so for example, under marketing, you might have social media marketing as an individual system. And then within social media marketing, you can then start looking at individual processes and then the tasks that actually make up those processes. So if you start from the top down, it becomes a lot easier to do and always concentrate on just one section at a time.
Okay. And how do you do that? On a whiteboard or a bit of paper? What's the mechanism by which you do that?
There are various different ways of doing it. I like, if you're working with teams, then whiteboard planning, if you like, is a very effective, simple way to do it, and easy for everybody to see straight away. I do know people that use paper and post-it notes. I often use that myself sometimes. So it's entirely how you work. There is software as well that you can buy, which will actually help you to systemize your business. It will help you to document exactly what you do and how you do it.
Right. Well, this sounds really good. I guess the thing here is just start and don't try and get it perfect. I know when we started doing this years ago, it was oh blimey, we don't know where to start. There's no right place. Just start and then get something down. There's nothing more scary than a blank piece of paper, is there?
Exactly that. And you've hit the nail on the head. You know, it's just a case of start. Look at the top, the very top of your business, and then start by looking at one core area and literally just get started. And it doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be perfect. The whole point of systems is it's a continuous improvement. So you look at your systems, you document everything you have right now as it is, and then you can look at ways to improve it and where there's gaps. And as you start documenting it, you start to realise straight away exactly where those gaps are and where you can start to put better efficiencies and improvements into place.
Do you have an opinion on whether it's worth going for such things as ISO standards, etc., which force a lot of this documentation, don't they?
I think for a lot of companies it's beneficial. It does depend on the size of your company and the reasons why you're doing it. You know, because if you're doing it because it helps with your suppliers, a lot of your clients, a lot of clients actually like you to have those standards in place, then absolutely yes, it's a good idea. I think the thing is, once you're systemized, actually putting ISO into place becomes so very much easier because you already have everything you need.
That's a good point, isn't it? Because if you get your own house in order, then the ISO process and an external audit becomes so much easier.
It does.
I think it's a good thing. I really do. I know that people, particularly when they're starting out, have limited resources in terms of time as much as money. But at what stage in a business growth should you start thinking about doing this stuff, Kerry?
Well, I'm a firm believer that you start as you mean to go on. And it may seem strange to, as say, a single business owner who's just starting to maybe, who's just starting out. I still think that you really do need to have your very basic ideas of processes in place at least, because then, you know, systems grow. They grow with your business, and they help your business to grow. So once you have, as you're starting your business, if you put your very basic systems and processes in place at that point, when you first bring somebody along, it's much easier to say to them, this is what we do, this is how we do it, this is how I want it done, and this is the end goal, this is what I'm aiming to achieve. And once people can see this on paper, it becomes so much easier for them to actually be passionate about your business and what it is you want to achieve. They actually become proactive in working for your business rather than reactive. And it's really important.
Yeah, and it makes it feel more solid, more real, and also you can measure your performance against the processes and the standards that you've put in place. So I think it's a good thing.
Absolutely.
To people who are starting out, the time to do it is before you've got the mess, before you've made a mess of it. Start off and do it properly from the beginning. So that's great. Well, I'm sure
Absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of people will be thinking, I want to do some of this, but maybe I'm not quite sure where to start. Maybe I don't have the confidence. It's not normally the way that my brain works. So how can you help people, Kerry? What would be the process that you would take them through if they'd like to get in contact with you after the call?
If people want to get in contact with me personally after the call, then the best way to do that is via my website, which is thesystemssuperwoman.com.
Thesystemssuperwoman.com.
And basically, thesystemssuperwoman.com. And basically, what I do is I would, in the first instance, I would come in and after an initial chat via Skype. I'm actually based in Spain, so usually my initial chats with people are via Skype. And then what I would do is I would come into your business, spend a day with the business owner and with the sort of the top level staff of the business, and we'd literally just dissect your business. I say dissect it. We just look at it, at the whole business, and we dissect it down. And then I would come back with my recommendations on your critical systems, where it is that you need to concentrate on first, where the biggest gaps are, if you like.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, I'll stick underneath the video a link to the site. But I think really we've been on the phone, best part of 10 minutes already. Time really flies, doesn't it? So we should perhaps not take up too much more of busy people's day. But hopefully people will take something away from this, and I fully endorse what you say, that start early and systemize well, because that way you can grow without many of the growing pains that prevent some businesses actually getting past their startup phase. So thanks very much for your time, Kerry. I really appreciate you taking some time out and sharing that with us today.
No problem at all. No problem at all, Pete.